Well, hello, welcome wherever you are joining us around the world. Earlier this week, Queensberry Promotions confirmed the first 3 shows of this incredible new partnership with DAZN. The first 3 events have truly got boxing fans around the world talking. And today, we formally launch one of those events, an absolute belter. May 10th at the Motorpoint Arena in Nottingham, the Belfast hero, Anthony the Apache Cacace, the IBO World Super Featherweight Champion, he heads into the Lion's Den against this man here, Lethal Leigh, former 2-time World Featherweight Champion. It is a clash between 2 of the most stubborn boxers on the planet today, 2 of the most dramatic fighters that are out there. Both fighters have the power to end this with one punch. Both of them are vowing and vying to be the man getting their hand raised. And that roof will be raised May 10th at the Nottingham Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cacace versus Wood. This is the Hurt Game. Tickets on sale Monday via motorpointarena.com. Let's start by bringing in Hall of Fame boxing promoter Frank Warren. And this schedule has gone off to an absolute flyer. May 10th, special night in Nottingham, Frank.
It's a brilliant night and it's a brilliant fight. You know, these are the type of fights that the fans come out for in their droves. Dream fights, you know. Anthony's done everything that's been asked of him last year and done it big style. You know, when you look, he's been with me now, I think, for 5 years. And I remember watching him in those early days thinking what a good fighter he was. And I just couldn't understand why he kept pulling out a few times at a few fights. And I know now what it was. It was he wasn't putting the work and dedication that he should have been. But he's done that now. And when you look at that great win he had against Joe Cordina and also against Josh Warrington, all former world champions now, he's shown what he's all about. He's shown what that brilliant talent that he's got. And he deserves to be here now. He deserves to have won the BC title. He's the IBO champion. All these things is because of his commitment that he's given now to the sport. So for me, this is a fantastic time for him. And in Leigh Wood, you know, a 2-time WBA champion. I think it was the Ring magazine in, 2022? Fight of the year and knockout of the year. You know, look at these guys, what they've done between them. You know, Leigh's got a tremendous following, same as Anto. It's going to be the atmosphere is going to be fabulous there. I expect it to be a sellout. It will be a sellout, there's no doubt about that. And it's a pleasure to be involved in this. This is what we're about, putting these type of fights on, fights for the fans. The winner will go on, and it's not the end of the world for the loser. And I keep saying these things, but it's not, because they're fighting men. They're great fighting men. And the winner of this will be the best of his weight in Europe and one of the top 2 in the world, in my opinion.
Also, Frank, 2 stubborn fighters that I mentioned at the top there. It's sort of after 30 that all the success started coming. Sorry, say that again? 2 stubborn fighters, after they turned 30, a lot of the success started coming after that, a real example to young fighters. Yeah,
absolutely. And the reason for that is you know, as you get older, you learn more about the business. You're more professional in what you do. You know, they're seasoned pros, quality pros. They've represented themselves and the areas they come from in fantastic style. And they bring the knowledge that they've gained and what they've got over the years, the fights they've been involved with. And that's why this is going to be such a great night. I'm telling you, this will be Fight of the Year. It has Fight of the Year written all over it. This probably be Ring Fight of the Year 2025.
Well, fingers crossed. Let's bring in Lethal Leigh Wood. Listen, almost new nickname there, but certainly a new weight, a new promotional team, and I guess you're thinking a new belt coming up on May 10th, huh?
Yeah, new challenge, new promotional team. It's all new. It's all exciting. Frank just mentioned there, you know, Ring Magazine Knockout of the Year 2022. Don't think I mentioned it much. People didn't shut up about it, but yeah, no, I was Ring Magazine #1 fighter for best part of the year 2023, 2024 as well. So yeah, really looking forward to having that few extra pound and not killing myself to make the weight as much. Anto's a great fighter. Not looking past him. As always, I'm preparing. I'm expecting my hardest fight today, as I always prepare and I always expect. you're guaranteed fireworks on May 10th.
You're expecting to come away with the IBO belt?
100%. I won't be sat here. I'm not going to lose. I'm sure that's a fight. To get to this level, your mindset's different. You're coming to win, and I'm sure Andrew's the same. Nothing personal, but I'm coming to win.
Let's bring in the champion here, Anthony Cacace. You talked about you want the biggest and the best fights. This is certainly one of those. Leigh Wood, one of the best fighters out there. Give us your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, again, it's another massive fight. It's another two-time world champion who's proven himself on the world stage. So, Leigh he's a great fighter. He's got power in both hands. This has got the recipe for, as Frank says, fight of the year. I fully respect Leigh, his power, but I'm ready and I'm coming to take the title and that,
Leigh, I watched an interview with you the other day. You said that you were looking to drain the confidence out of Anthony Cacace.
That's not correct.
Strangle.
Anto, and rightly so, his confidence is flying. He's coming off some really good wins. The Cordina win especially is a massive win. And then beating Warrington as well. My pal from up the road. It's my job to go out there, and I'm looking forward to the challenge of going out there and strangling the confidence out of him round by round. And I believe that's what I've got to do to get this win over the line. I know how to approach the fight. I know what I've got to do. We've been working on it. It's not going to be easy, but I'm confident in doing so.
So it wasn't drain the confidence, it was strangle the confidence.
Strangle.
Right. Just to confirm, Anto.
There you go.
Can you have the confidence strangled out of you, Anto?
No. Listen, I'm just confident in when I fight, always. It's just taken me a bit longer to get here. And it was the same for Leigh. I believe that we're both very talented fighters, but, come May 10th, we're going to be able to show the British public what we're all about.
Also, watching an interview with you, and so I do all my research. Sometimes I get the quotes a little bit wrong.
Nothing better to do.
Listen, this is all I do, fellas. So, Anto, let me put this one to you. You said I'm a better boxer than him. I'm smarter than him. I'm heavier-handed than him as well. So, whatever way it comes, I'll be more than happy. Are these comments that you stand by here today?
Of course, if I didn't believe that, what's the point in even me sitting in front of you all here? Do you know what I mean? I believe that I could beat everybody in the super featherweight division, not just Leigh Wood, the whole lot of them.
You're the man at 130?
I believe so. I've waited long enough and I'm ready to fight to the death, and that's just the way it is.
And Leigh, your confidence must be, in your power, must be sky high, right? Sometimes we see you just snatching victory from the claws of defeat, the jaws of defeat.
Yeah, that's not down to one attribute, If you look at the wins I've got across the line, Conlan, I'll never be as better boxer as Matt Conlan, but I beat him. Warrington, work rate, unbelievable. Zucan had the record for punches thrown, but I reduced it and beat him. Laura, he chinned me, so he must be a big puncher, but, I come back and I beat him, There's so much more to boxing than being able to whack, which I can whack, and it's in my back pocket. It's my Uno reverse card in my back pocket, you could say, but, there's so much more to boxing, timing and how to go about it, and that's down to my team. That's my ace of spades, my team, how we approach it, the scouting report that I get, and the direction and the way I win this fight is down to them, and that's my superpower.
I've seen you talking about this fire that you've got burning inside you. Tell us a little bit about that fire.
Yeah, since I've been 12 years old, I've wanted to box, and there's nothing else I wanted to do. And if I could go back in time and do this journey again, the ups and the downs, I would do it again because I've enjoyed it thoroughly. Coming to the tail end now, but I just want to win. And people say, "Oh, don't you want to do it for your kids and for this, for that?" Yeah, a little bit, but this is my journey. This is what I started when I was a kid and wanted to get there so bad for so long and went through so much to get here. I want to achieve my maximum. And people say, "Oh, yeah, but you've done this and you weren't expected to do that." Yeah, fair enough, but this isn't my maximum yet. I want to achieve my maximum. I want to do everything I can do, and being a two-weight world champion is my next step.
And Anto, listen, you've heard Leigh Wood very, very passionately speaks about his fire. I know that there is something burning deep in you as well that doesn't seem to get put out.
Well, listen, we're both fighters. I think it's burning in all of us. But as I say, it's me and Leigh, we've got to the top of our game. Leigh believes he's more to give. I believe we've got plenty more to give. So it's just natural for us to feel this way. bring it back to May 10th again. It's going to be a great fight.
Well, we've had a bit of Belfast and Nottingham before, a night that you remember very, very well, one that Frank mentioned at the top there. That was against Mick Conlon. Are you expecting, Leigh, a similar kind of dramatic fight, or are you hoping to just sort of get the job done without having to go through all of that?
Whichever way you have to do it, but more to what you firstly said then, Nottingham and Belfast, unbelievable atmosphere the first time round. We've got to expect that again, you know. My auntie is probably going to hit 5,000 tickets today, and that's unbelievable. That's the biggest response we've had on tickets, you know, so it's going to be an absolute cauldron in there on fight night. Hopefully Belfast make the trip again, because it was unbelievable. I just want to say as well, for the Michael Conlon fight, walking to the ring, a flag came out and I ducked it, and then someone threw a pint down my leg and onto my foot and soaked my boot and my sock. So please, Belfast lot, you know, just rein in a little bit for this ring walk if you're anywhere near me, thanks.
Anto, is that a message you'll be relaying to your Belfast lot?
No, I'm sure they're all tuning in and watching, but you never know. It could have been the Nottingham one, you know what I mean?
So, when it was Warrington, he's a two-time world champion. You got the job done. When it was Cordina, two-time world champion, you got the job done. This is another one, a two-time world champion. This is high-quality opponents that you're working your way through here, Anto.
Yeah, man, it's unreal. You know, just as I'm saying, 2 years ago, these were dreams. You know, I could never have seen myself in the likes of Cordina or Warrington or Leigh Wood. I was watching these boys on TV. Now I'm in with them. You know, I've beaten two of them, on to the third. It's unbelievable, you know. I'm just taking it all in as I go along. It's been a great trip.
Why is it that you win? Don't tell me. Don't tell them. I'd quite like you to just tell Leigh Wood here. Why is it that you beat him May 10th?
Why did I beat him? Because we've got that fire burning inside me. I want to continue this journey. It's, for me, Leigh's been the whole way through his journey, whereas mine's is only starting and I'm 36. So, you know, I just believe that it's my time.
Any response, Leigh?
No, you know, I know what I need to do. Like I said, he's a really good fighter, but my ace of spades is my team. I've already looked at him. We already know what we need to do and how to approach it. And I'm very confident in not just winning, but getting Anto out of there inside the distance on May 10th.
Don't think I've ever seen you go down. Mm-hmm. Big puncher. Mm-hmm. Thinks he can get you out of there. How does that make you feel?
Well, if he didn't think that he could get me out of there, you know, it's not too good for him. He's got the power, you know, he's got the experience. Of course he's going to have that type of attitude. I'm not going to dig him for that attitude, you know. That's the attitude he should have. Listen, it's all respect here, but at the end of the day, we're both going in to take each other's head off.
It feels like there's respect, but it feels like it's
yeah, there's respect, and if he didn't believe he could win, I wouldn't really want this fight. That don't get me up for it. You know, he believes he can win. I'm hell bent 100% sure I'm going to win, so it's going to make a great fight. And yeah, you know, you don't want anything other than that. Like, we want the respect and that, but you want to fucking win. I want to win. And that's what's going to make this night unbelievable for the fans, for the viewers, and for Frank.
Well, Frank, is your appetite whet for this one?
More than, I mean, when we were talking about this fight, you know, it was, he could have made his defence against Nunes, but this is for me, is a much better fight. It's got more going for it in this fight, and obviously financially, it's a better fight for both of them. And who wouldn't want to see this? I mean, listen to the two of the guys. They're respectful. They're at the top of their game. They give everything. In every fight they have, they give everything. And that's all you can want from any boxers. And when you've got two guys in the ring with that attitude, you know you're going to get something special. And it will be, I am telling you, something special. You're buying a ticket, you're going to see something that's going to amaze you. And if you're watching it on DAZN, and that's the place to be. We all know that now. That's where all the best boxing is. That's where we are, bringing the best boxing to everybody around the world. Watch this fight, because this is going to be a standout fight this year.
Leigh, let me just ask you this. It's been a while. Been a while since we've seen you. You've been a little bit in the boxing wilderness. While you were away, this man became champion. His career soared and you went missing.
I was there for one of them. I was pretty much ringside for one of them. But yeah, you know, I don't want to moan about it because there's always people in worse situations watching these interviews, and I'm not going to sit and moan about where I've been and what's happened and what I've been through. But what I will say is I'm extremely dedicated to my craft. And when I can't box, I run. When I can't run, I box. When I've got injuries on both sides, I stand on the spot and I throw hooks, you know. I do what I can do. I've always been that kid that will do what I can do and look at things like what I can do instead of what I can't do. I never sit and feel sorry for myself. But yeah, I had a few injuries last year and then couldn't quite get the right fight at the right time. We actually seen the Anton Warrington fight get made, and I rang up, no, I want that fight, I want the Anton fight, and then my team was like, you're not going to be ready. I'm like, yeah, no, I want it. And then we even got into talks quickly about it, and then my team was like, look, realistically, you are not going to be ready for this fight, and thankfully, I've got a good team around me because I wouldn't have been ready for the fight at that time. But, you know, tail end of last year, back to 100%, and now is the right time, and I'm just thankful for everything I've been through, that I stayed dedicated and I stuck on it, and mentally I got through it, and we're finally back, and I'm buzzing to get our nights and be here today.
And so you're heading into the Lion's Den, just like Mick Conlan did. How are you feeling about that? Because he will have a crowd there which are very much backing him, which will be looking to will him to victory on May 10th.
Yeah. I mean, it's another tick of the box, isn't it? I mean, I've never went into the Lion's Den like this. You know, as Leigh said, there was 5,000 tickets. That's a lot of tickets. So, you know, it's gonna be a great night. I'm buzzing for it. You know what I mean? What am I going to get a bit of abuse? Who cares? You know what I mean? It's what it's about. But at the end of the day,
You won't get a pint down your leg, I'll tell you.
well, here, listen, they better not get a pint over me. I'll be changing the boots. But no, it's just how it is. And just, you know, I respect Leigh. I respect this team. He's got Ben. He's got Barry. What a team! He's got everything around him. But you know, I believe that I can do this job. I know he's confident doing it. But we're just going to have to wait the May 10th to see.
Let's get a few questions from the media. We've got Matt Rich running around with a mic, so if anyone wants to put their hand up. Radio Raheem.
Hey, Radio Raheem. First question for Frank. I heard Anthony say that this is the fight that he wanted. He trusted you to get it, and there was times when it looked like this might not happen. How important was it to you to make this fight, and was it ever, tough going where you thought maybe you couldn't get it over the line?
It's a very important fight for us. You know, we're on a new channel. We're on the Zone now, and we've made our commitment to be the best promoter on that channel. And the only way you can be the best promoter is to deliver the best fights. And this is definitely going to be one of the best fights, as I said earlier, this year. That's what this is all about. You know, Anto's been with us for 5 years now, and last year he had a magnificent year, and he deserves everything he gets. And that's why this fight's been put together as well. Another reason, because of the purse that he's able to earn for this particular fight. Leigh's on board. He's come on board to make this happen. We're in his hometown. You know, this ticks all the boxes for what we're about, for what they're about. They're about the best fighting the best. We're about delivering the best fights. And, you know, this is boxing heaven. These first three promotions we've announced are cracking shows, and there's a lot more to come. But this one is an extra special fight.
And for Leigh, with the layoff and coming back from an injury, this fight being such a good matchup, are you at all concerned about ring rust? How do you make up for that little bit of deficit that you'll enter the ring with?
Yeah, if I'd have been out the gym and partying and drinking and doing what I should be doing, then yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I've been in the gym. I'm always around boxers and boxing. The way we approach fights as well, it's not like, normally I don't spar outside of my camps. I don't spar at all anyway. So it's just the lifestyle, really. It's not really going to affect me. And if people think the layoff's going to affect me, you know, you're backing the wrong horse.
Okay, if you want to say your name and publication.
Yeah. As you talk sports, Anthony, just a quick one. Obviously, you mentioned a couple of years ago you were dreaming of fighting the likes of Cordina and obviously Leigh now. Where do you feel like Leigh ranks in your opponents? Do you think he's your toughest test today?
I think that he's got the biggest set of kahunas, and that he's going to go in and you know, fight that. I believe that he's got a similar type of attitude as me, and that's what makes this a very dangerous fight.
Just say your publication, please.
Yeah, sorry if I'm not sure if you guys can see me or anything, but yeah, David from madman.tv. It's a question for Leigh Wood, basically. Obviously, you know, you've recently joined, you know, Queensberry Promotions, and it's a new sort of environment, you know, with new sort of broadcasting and network as well. What is it about Queensberry and the energy about the promotion that could sort of help you, not only for this upcoming fight, but also for the rest of your boxing career?
Yeah, you know, I don't know how many fights I've got left, but since I moved down to Ben and Leigh, I always said it's fight by fight. So I'm not going to plan 2 fights ahead. I'm not going to plan 3 fights ahead. It's literally fight by fight, and we'll see where we're at after that. Did that with the British title fight, and I look where we are today. Same with this one. I'm approaching this fight, fully focused on this one. And after this fight, you know, we'll see where we're at. And was into a sign with Queensberry and with Frank. Had a conversation with Frank, agreed the fight months and months ago, and then things kept popping up, and my friends are saying, "Oh, Anto's fighting him, Anto's fighting him." I was a bit worried. I text Frank, say, "You sure we're on, Frank?" He said, "Look, if I gave you my word, I gave you my word." And, you know, he gave me his word, Frank, so thanks for that. And he stuck to it. And, yeah, first time dealing with Frank, but now I know what it's like, got the experience going forward, and buzzing to get started on May 10th.
Okay, name and publication, please.
Yeah, hi there. Gunman Boxing. This is a question for Frank Warren. This is a boxing equivalent of World War III. I don't see this fight having any chance of disappointing. You've mentioned this could be fight of the year. Do you genuinely believe that there's not a better fight than this?
You said it. I don't need to answer it. You've answered it for me, the question. I agree with everything you say, and more. It's a cracker of a fight.
Unbelievable. It's an absolute treat for the fight fans, and it's amazing that you keep on delivering these great fights. Thank you.
The fighters deliver them. They deliver the fights.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Gunman Boxing, as well. Okay, let me just get a final comment from each person at this table. Frank, firstly, to you. I mean, it sells itself, right?
It does, and I'm delighted this fight. I really am delighted it's happening. It's a, as I said earlier on, it is a cracker of a fight. You know, these guys, they will not disappoint. They can't disappoint because they don't know anything else but fight. They are two true fighters, 2 exponents of the art of boxing, and courageous. They've got everything that you could hope for to bring to the ring. And I'm telling you, and I'm repeating myself, but I'm telling you, you are going to see something extra special on the 10th of May. Don't miss it.
And Leigh Wood, the challenger in your hometown, do you have a message for the people and a message for Anthony Cacace here?
Firstly, just the response on tickets has been unbelievable. We're probably going to hit 5,000 already today. If you want to get tickets off us through our team, lethal.info@icloud.com. Get on there, be quick. Buzzing to be back. I've missed boxing just as much as you've missed me. So May 10th, can't wait to get out there and do the business as usual in Leigh Wood fashion. Hope Anto has a great camp. If the worst case scenario happens and Anto somehow beats me, there'll be no excuses for me. I want the same from you, Anto. I want the best version of you. No excuses, and may the best man win.
100%. Yep. Yeah, I'll be in tip-top form. I've started camp now, so the best version of me will turn up, and I believe this is going to be. Yeah, I genuinely believe it's going to be a war from the start. Great fight.
Well, that is a terrific fight coming up Saturday night on DAZN. Right hand to God, it is a terrific fight. Catterall against Barboza. Let's get Cacace and Wood faced off.
You work for it. You heard me, but a platform. You 5'10". 5'10". I'm 5'10" with a perm. And that'll be that's an inch or two only.
Well, this is an absolutely terrific fight. May 10th in Nottingham, live on DAZN. Cacace against Wood, the Apache against lethal Leigh Wood. We've got The IBO World Super Featherweight Champion gets the former two-time World Featherweight Champion, and it's a little bit of Belfast against Nottingham, a theme that we are familiar with. The last time we had that, it was Wood against Conlon. We saw a knockout of the year, we saw a fight of the year. If this has a quarter of the drama that fight did, we are in for a treat on DAZN.